Oh boy.
Oh, I've got an 18-year-old. I know all about it.
She just wanted to be included.
And she has really good ideas, so
Okay.
we're going to try to keep her included.
Wonderful.
Well, this is actually the meal size that would be served. You get about 5 ounces of potatoes, 5 ounces of veg, and then it's a 5-ounce chicken breast. So it's I mean, it's a nice big plate of food. Nobody should ever go away hungry, I hope.
I'm going to try.
Yep, go for it.
Oh yeah, eat up. That's
Well, that's excellent.
The bread is really good.
The bread was good, and this is really, really good.
the Yukons are just regular mashed. We do garlic and different things like that, depending on what you want. I just left it kind of open-ended today, so we could.
And carrots look wonderful on the plate.
If anybody's on a diet, those carrots are going to kill it.
Oh.
The carrots will?
Sure, that's where I hide all the fat, and the sugar, and the honey, and the butter, and
So you can feel good about eating them. You think you're eating right.
Yeah.
You got to hide it somewhere. If I just leave it out in the open, you know.
I don't know if I told you this, but they have all kinds of different vegetables and, like he said, potatoes.
Yeah, it's not.
So if we don't want like the green beans, we can do mixed, steamed, however we want to do it.
We do a really nice the roasted veg or
Yeah, the squash
grilled veg
is-
is really nice. And it looks well on the. It really looks nice on the plate. Presents well.
When they're doing end of June wedding, so it's perfect season
Oh,
for
into
vegetables.
June you're going to have asparagus in. You're going to have a little bit of everything in. That's a nice time. It's a nice time. Green beans will still be nice and fresh.
And the good thing is, it will be fresh. Everything is, there's nothing done from a box or a mix. It's all scratch cooking. So we try to
I bet you
shop
even
locally.
find lumps in the potatoes.
Yeah, that's okay.
I like it that way. Do you like the mushrooms on the chicken?
Yeah.
Sometimes your mushrooms
We'll
are,
set
you
those
like them,
plates up
sometimes you don't.
Well, listen, pick it up
chicken's
and
really
pick them
good.
off.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
true.
the idea that they'll give you the opportunity, because I'm not a mushroom person. I don't mind the flavor, but I don't want to
The
eat
texture,
them.
yeah.
But if you order marsala, I mean, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Mushrooms. They come-
Well, the sauce on the next one is piccata, so it'll give you kind of a different contrast. It's a lemon, garlic, caper sauce, so you're going to get a whole different.
The chicken is really good.
We'll have it out here in just a second, so you can compare the two chickens side by side.
Did you do a different potato on the piccata, did you say?
No, the piccata is just coming out on a plate. It's just a piece of chicken.
Oh, that's
But
right.
yes, you will
The-
get a different
the
potato
pork.
with the pork. I've got a au gratin potato coming out with the pork.
Another potato just made for bikini weather.
Yes, definitely. we spare no ounce of fat at all in it.
Yum.
There's butter,
Yeah,
cream,
butter and, oh yeah, cheese.
tons of cheese.
Ready to swap?
And this will give you an example of the fact that we just lightly bread it. It's not ever going to get heavy and soggy. We made that switch, probably about 3 years ago, when everybody decided they were so conscious of everything going on.
Thank you.
There is not a lot of breading.
Okay, this is the piccata, so you're going to get that lemony flavor. Of
Sorry,
course,
I
capers
just-
are
I
on
have to
top,
be
so
ladies
it'll give
first.
you, this will give you just kind of
No, you're fine.
Now, did Charlie talk to you about the setup of the table? So this is a round of 10. This is the size table that you'd be set up
You
in.
told us that part.
Okay. And it's still pretty comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not
Definitely.
sitting on top. The mirrors would be included complimentary the votives.
Okay.
This is a water service. You can take a napkin fold.
We've already been scoping those out.
Okay.
Or in our case, a non-fold. All right, let me stop.
We like the simple one. Probably.
You do. Which one does Dave like?
That's fine.
Dave likes what I like.
boy, he learned early, didn't he? He's got that down pat.
Wow.
We've divided. Some things he cares more about. He gets to pick those.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know what's happening.
Okay, so you get to pick what time you're going to show up, as long as it's on time, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
That's right.
That's easy.
Which chicken you like better, Rebecca?
Got the phone here.
Yeah, just,
I think this one.
Nervous about
I
this
like how this
situation.
one tastes, but I'm afraid that the breading still might not be the best. I think this is probably the way to go.
Now, you want me to
Excuse me.
level the playing field a little
Sure.
more?
Yeah, give us what you got.
All 8 of those chicken breasts are breaded exactly the same, cooked exactly the same. The only difference in those 2 pieces of chicken is the sauce on top.
This one's breaded too?
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell the layer there.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They could use
The only difference in the 2 pieces of chicken is the sauce. So what you're getting,
Literally leveled it.
But you can actually see it better, the contrast on that plate.
Uh-huh.
I like this one.
You
which
do?
one? The lemon?
Lemon.
Do you really?
You like the marsala, don't you?
Yes. And if I was going to order in a restaurant, I would order chicken piccata over chicken marsala every time. But I think for our purposes,
Excuse
this
me.
would be a better fit. Maybe not with the sweet carrots.
Yeah.
Something different, maybe asparagus or something.
I think that more people would like this too, because this definitely has a distinct flavor. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
what they want, I want this.
We'll get that one for you.
Okay.
I agree though. If I
they're
was going
both
to
really
reorder it, it would
popular.
be
We
this one.
we do them both.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's one we do more than the other. We do both of those are very popular. That's probably the most popular 2 pieces of chicken we do.
Hi, Jackie. We got a visitor.
Hi.
I won't interrupt. It looks really good. Lots of good food. So I just want to come by and say hi and see if you guys need anything from our end or anything from the convention center side. So
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be.
if you do, just let us know. And I had this little book, and so just in case you're still looking for any other little, things in your planning process, I'll leave this for you too.
Thank you.
But
That's
yeah,
very nice.
anything that you guys can think of from our end, just let us know.
We did have a question about the building the morning of the reception.
What time?
Oh.
What time our vendors would
people
have
can get in?
access to the...
You can come in as early as 8 a.m. If you need to sneak in a few minutes earlier than that, I'm sure Steve, who's our event manager, can work with you on that. But yeah, you can come in as early as 8 a.m.
So if our baker, she's going to have to assemble the cake. She said it's going to take a little bit longer here.
Yeah.
How would that work? Does she need to find someone, or just is it open?
In advance, we'll get a list of all your vendors.
Perfect.
And we'll tell you, they can either call here, or we'll tell you like where they can load and everything offload, and then they can just come and they'll have whoever's here that morning's cell phone number as well in case they have any
awesome.
issues. And then so that way you guys don't need to, you'll have other things you need to worry about that day. So they can just come in whenever they'd like, and they'll have a cell phone number, and we'll have the doors unlocked.
Okay.
To usually starting right at 8 a.m. So they can come and go as they please, and we'll have staff here all day. So.
Now, Steve Lesher.
Yes.
Is that who will be there?
He's the event manager, so normally he'll be here one of the shifts during the day. So he might either be here from starting at 8 a.m. until early evening, or he might be here starting in the afternoon till your reception ends.
Okay.
So he'll be one of the 2
Okay.
shifts that day, and then he can tell you who will be the other person here, and
Okay.
he'll make sure you have all their contact information
Perfect.
as well. So
Excellent. I think that was our only question.
Yep.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Sure, yeah. If you think anything else.
Well-
No, are you going back to? You're still in Columbia, right?
Yep.
That's right.
In Columbia.
Yeah, love Columbia. Both my niece and nephew go to school there.
It's a good place.
Yeah, so it's a fun city.
It is.
Did you want to get in there today? Did you want to look inside today?
Not necessarily.
Just outside?
Just
You just wanted
outside.
to look outside, okay.
Yeah.
And if for some reason you do need to get in there, either Linda or just call us, and we'll be happy. For some reason, if you do want to go inside today, so. I'm just sitting at my desk, so call me. I'm not really doing anything else today. So.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
See you. guys
you.
later.
See ya.
Anybody done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, there's a whole nother entree coming up.
Yeah, I'm ready to swap out.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I think she wanted to pull up a chair.
Was that Jackie?
It's Jackie.
Jackie
Stock.
Stock?
She wanted to stay and eat.
She's welcome. Come on over. She's who I emailed for a long time at first.
Yeah.
Before she said, email someone else and leave me alone.
I don't think she said that.
No. She said, here's your actual event manager.
She did.
Forward.
I knew it probably wasn't her specific role. I just didn't have any other contact.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you're not in the habit of doing something like this.
Yeah.
You don't know what the process is, and every place is going to be different.
Yeah.
And you know you don't have to make any decisions before you leave today. So go home, talk it over, kick it around until you're comfortable with the decision. But we are going to go down and look at pictures afterwards.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Ideas.
We are pretty efficient in our decision making, so we may have one by the time we're done.
Oh, that's okay too.
Let's not put too much pressure on ourselves.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just getting the hang of this decision
that
making.
bread?
So.
It's great, isn't it?
I'm hungry. Me too.
Hey, we might get through this day without paying for food. Technically paying for it.
Oh, you got a whole nother, you've got a
Yes.
full entree to go yet. so-
I'm ready.
Validate.
Don't validate, but I can get you a card to get you out.
Great.
Just one
We already
card?
paid.
Yeah, we already
Yeah.
paid.
What?
We
We paid on the way in.
We paid at the event party.
Oh, RV show.
Yeah.
Oh.
RV show,
because
I forgot about it
yeah,
being set up and going.
Did you pay up front?
I haven't
Uh-huh.
been up there yet. Yeah.
It's no big deal. Don't
I was
worry
gonna
about
say,
it.
because why don't you just keep it and use it another time you come down here?
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
It
Yeah, it's no
expires
big deal.
I've got to
Expires
stop
never.
doing these tastings during shows in the convention center.
No problem.
No, it's no big
I didn't
deal.
even think
Not
about
at all.
that.
Thank you.
I didn't even.
Ooh, that
I've
looks
been
so
in here-
pretty.
It does.
I've been in here early enough, they weren't taking money yet when I came in.
I was right in front of you.
I like the way this looks.
Right.
Okay, the au gratins were a little looser than I normally do them. Normally they don't get quite that far out on the plate, but.
Was that a technical term?
No. I can throw a couple out there if you want me to, but.
Yeah, go for
Just
it.
two.
We do them from scratch here, and like any place else, every once in a while we had a little extra cream in them that I wasn't quite counting on. But
It still looks nice.
Linda, remind me how much these are, the chargers.
50 cents.
And this is one of those that doesn't fall under a lean cuisine meal. There's a half a pound of butter on the green beans.
Did you try the potatoes?
Yes.
Oh, those potatoes are awesome. You're a pretty good cook.
Chef.
The potatoes are there's cheddar cheese and parm, a little bit of Gouda, and tons of cream, tons of butter.
That is so good.
Coating on the outside of the pork. It's like you have some like peppercorns or something?
Yeah, it's just a peppercorn and salt and just a little bit of a rub on it to kind of give it some flavor. We let it sit overnight that way, and then goes into the oven. And it's got a really nice jus on top with plenty of apples and some cranberries. Give it that kind of sweet, which is now this is why I paired the carrots with the other one and not with this one, because I thought it was going to be too much sweet at one time for you.
It definitely would have been.
But we do offer tons of different kinds of vegetables, so we can mix and match. The green beans just look nice with this plate.
You definitely gotta go with these potatoes, though.
Yeah, they're good. Do you
And I
like
put
them?
almonds in them, so that's healthy.
There you go.
We're not worried about that
Thank
anyway.
you. Are you
Not for
doing
this meal.
2 options?
Yes.
Got it, okay. And then that doesn't include your vegetarian, or if you had a gluten-free.
Correct. If we do the vegetarian, do people normally list that as a third option or just if it's a special dietary request?
The list is a special dietary.
So like when I send my invitations, typically how people would do it is just the 2. So let's say it's a pork and a chicken, unless they had a special request, they would let me know that otherwise.
Yeah, and just put the what you're serving, the roasted pork loin with the au jus or the chicken marsala.
Okay.
Leave it at that.
Okay.
most people will pretty quick tell you
That's what I
if they've
figured.
got a dietary issue.
Sure.
Or if
Plus
they
if-
are
if-
vegetarian or vegan. Or,
Right. If it's listed there, people might be like, oh, well, I don't like, whatever, don't include that for mine.
Right, and you definitely want to know ahead
Yeah.
of time, because we have seen it more than once. All of a sudden, when plates start coming out, oh, that lasagna looks good. I'm a vegetarian, so we go from 3 to 30
Yeah,
in
overnight.
about as many seconds. And unfortunately, what normally happens is the 3 people that were supposed to get them don't.
So then they would just be designated at the place setting, right? For the servers. Is that how we do it?
Place
How you
cards.
do it?
Mhm.
The place cards?
And typically, when you get your RSVPs, you're going to go ahead and everybody gets a place card.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just going to designate on your place card who gets what.
Okay.
If you've got 200 people, 175 are doing a chicken, leave the chicken blank, and then, make signify somehow which one's the pork. So then you're just doing 25 little dots,
Mhm.
jewels on the name card, cutouts.
Okay, whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we don't care what they are, just let us know how you're designating them. And then you may have a vegetarian, you do maybe a green dot.
Okay.
And then the specialty meals. Easy.
Everything on this plate is so good.
No, there's something in here beeping and it's driving me nuts.
I thought the table was squeaking. I
Maybe
don't think that's what it is.
It is.
The table,
It's
Is
the
it the table squeaking?
it can't go that far.
No, there was something,
No.
because it was driving me nuts. I'm nuts anyway, so.
You're good.
part of the profession.
No, do you want that roll? There's another roll in there.
I like the bread.
That's all right.
Well, that'll be part of the assortment.
So all you need to serve is this bread.
Would you make a
and
note
these
on that?
I'm
potatoes.
going to pretzel.
So I don't forget to make sure and put those in.
So what do you think, Dave?
What do I think?
You've stopped eating already, so you made your decision.
I mean, it was just a matter of picking the chicken that we wanted.
Hmm.
And you have. Oh, but not necessarily.
Hmm?
You haven't necessarily chosen yet?
Which chicken?
Which
Have you
chicken?
decided which chicken you want?
I like the marsala.
Oh, you have decided, okay. You said you weren't gonna rush that decision, so, and then you just busted right out
I
with it.
didn't rush it.
Okay.
Do you like the green beans too? I like them.
Green beans are good.
They are. I haven't had too many of them yet. I just want the bread and potatoes.
Oh, there you go, fresh ones.
Box them up.
So is part of the role of a chef is to make you think you're eating healthy? No?
No, I don't think you can. My wife is about 6 months away from, about 4 months away from graduation.
Oh, really?
She's going to be an RD, which is registered dietitian, so I don't have to make people skinny. That's her job. My
That
job
probably
is to
makes
do-
dinner time interesting between the two of you.
Yeah. Not really. She's got some very interesting dietary issues. My house is gluten free, and she's got a soy allergy and a dairy allergy. So cooking
Wow.
in my house is an interesting challenge. It's really enlightened me
I bet.
over time because I have to accomplish some things that aren't easily done.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, her minor is food science, which makes my life a little easier.
Sure.
When I can't get something to work, she can tell me how to do it. And she's a loving wife. She is quick to tell me.
In a loving way.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What do you think, Miss Becca?
I think it's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
This is really popular. I think this has been the last 3 or 4 weddings, it seems like.
What?
Yeah, pork has
Yeah,
The
all of
pork.
a sudden.
come up and moved into the limelight a little bit.
And it's
Another
really
white
nice.
meat
Pork-
making a
pork
comeback.
loin's nice. We do it to about 150, 155. So by the time sits on the plates and gets out to your guest, it's still really nice and it's juicy and it's not, shoe leather by any means.
On paper, I might not have chosen the apple with these.
But it works.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
It's a nice combination of cinnamon and sugar, and it really does play off each other very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
But now you understand why I didn't put those carrots on this plate, because it would have been a sugar overload all at one time.
Oh,
Questions?
how many potatoes I just found?
Thank you.
Yeah, I just,
A what?
one concern I have of this being too sweet. Like, it's very sweet. So I wonder if you could cut that sweetness with a different vegetable.
What I can do is taper the sweetness in the sauce. I
It's
can
too
control
sweet.
that.
Yeah.
That's an easily controlled factor. I'll let you guys fight that out later. But
The pork is too sweet?
Yeah. The sauce.
Okay, Linda,
And you love dessert,
let me tell you
I know.
this from experience.
I know.
Put a note on there to make sure that sauce stays just like it is, because I know who's going to win. I've prepared a long time. I know how this works. He's new at it, I can tell.
I wonder too if you had like maybe some onions or something you could do with the apples.
There is onion in it, so that's all in there already. We use shallots and garlic in that sauce.
Sounds good.
A nice option
I have a
to
lot.
kind of change the flavor profile, and I know this is going to sound a little crazy, but it would pair nice, is instead of doing almondine with the green beans, we're going to toss them with onion and bacon, which would have given you that little bit of a bite to go with it.
Bacon, yes.
That sounds good.
And it would work
Bacon.
well with that plate.
That sounds good.
Do you normally get suggestions like this from your grooms?
I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm up here to do, is explain and answer questions and tell
But you
what we
normally
can and
tailor
can't
it a
do.
little bit to
I
the,
can tailor anything you want me to tailor.
And that's exactly why we do the tasting, because this is going to be the presentation, this is
This
the
will be,
taste.
it will come out like this. The only thing that will be a
Yeah,
little
say
less
something.
is the potatoes won't be quite as runny. They should have been set just a little bit more, and they will be for the dinner.
I actually like them
Me
this way.
too, definitely.
It looks a whole lot better, trust me, if they're set just a little bit more. I don't like it when the plate gets messy. And
That's right. Yeah, it's getting messy, but
Yeah.
I like the way it tastes.
You'll still have that same creamy effect. It'll just set a little bit more and won't spread quite so bad, so your plate will look a little nicer when your guests get it. We spent several months getting those potatoes where they stay creamy and look good. That's one we do here, and we developed it here. And
Did you like the other fruit on the pork?
the cranberries.
fine.
Yeah.
They get
Cranberries and apples? both?
they give it a nice kind of, you get that little bit of bite from them, which helps offset some of the sweet. They're really.
Thank you.
So I did make a note of the green beans with bacon and onion.
That's really a popular way to do it.
taking pictures of this before we ate it.
We don't have to decide this now if you don't want to, but
Right.
that would be that with the bacon and onions and everything else the exact same?
Yeah.
For one plate,
Yeah.
and then the other plate's what?
I don't know. Do you want to talk to him about vegetables with the chicken at all?
Um,
Or just kind of look at it later?
yeah, we can just look at it.
Because Linda and I email a lot too, so if we have
We
questions
can-
on that too, we can.
One thing to keep in mind is we
Absolutely.
could always do the green beans with both of them if that's what you want to do.
That's true.
You can change, you can change out the protein, leave the starch and the veg the same. Whatever you want to do, whatever you think your guests will like the most.
We just wanted to provide different options.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I broke everything up and gave you 2 full plates.
Right.
Both the green beans and the potatoes go well with the chicken and go well with the marsala. So it's not a, however you think your guests will enjoy it.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, I really like the mashed potatoes. I mean, I like those a lot, so I think that would be good with the chicken and then whatever vegetable we want to do. Might do green beans, can do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't you have a lot of questions for her about cake cutting and?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have other questions on the food?
Do you?
I don't think so.
If you come up with any when you leave, just email Linda, and she's quick to get with us and get an answer for you. So that's not a, it's in the we got to know right now.
Right. The only other question that I have, and it's not necessarily for you, is how, like, what the progression is for the dinner. So it starts with the salad.
Mhm.
So that's brought out. The servers bring that out, and then clear that out, and then bring the dishes.
Mhm.
Do they refill drinks?
The water is on the table.
Okay.
They can't butler pass anything from the bar. So that each guest would have to go up to the bar if you're doing an open bar or a cash bar. Airmark makes it the responsibility of the bartender to assess the condition or
What about like tea and soda and that kind of thing?
soda. They still have to go to the bar.
Okay.
The head table will be taken care of. Their
Okay.
beverages will be taken care of. But the water will be on the table, and yes, iced tea will be replenished, but the soda is on the bar.
So tea and water at the table. Anything else, get at the bar.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we usually do a coffee cart that's available as guests are coming in. In winter, it's not so popular, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be popular once the cake is cut.
Mhm.
And a lot of times the cake cutting isn't until way after the dinner,
No,
or, because it'll take a little while.
We'll have people that want coffee with dinner and immediately after dinner.
And they'll get the coffee at the table,
Yeah.
while they're seated. The staff will take care of that.
Okay,
But if they
perfect.
want it later, they
And if
would.
that's all the food questions, I'm
I
going to
think
get out of
it
here
is.
and let everybody do the whole rest of this planning.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, it's all excellent,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
All right. We're out for, I'll get these plates
Yeah.
at you, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good, or else I will keep eating.
I know.
Thanks, Corey.
And the charges don't stay once I pick up the plate. So usually after your salad or whatever, I take that charger so it's not in your way.
Oh, okay.
And everybody can go to sleep.
That's right. So then when your dinner plate comes, this is gone.
Mhm.
Today is gone after the salad course.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. But if you want to serve
Thank you.
the cake
You're welcome.
as your dessert, then you would need to cut the cake prior to sitting down for dinner.
And that's probably what we will do, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
We went to a wedding where they came in when they were announced and basically cut the cake right away, which
I've
is
seen
not
that.
normal, but it really worked out well for the timeline. So then it was all cut and ready to go for dessert right after.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
If you're going to serve a dessert, you need to get it cut as soon as possible.
Right.
And everybody's eyes are on the couple
Exactly.
as they enter the room, so you might as well do it when you have the
Yep.
So it's not a bad way to go about that.
I was thinking that we would do that too, steal that from them.
So then if that's how we do it and it's served as a dessert, is it brought to the table?
Mhm. Are you doing one flavor?
Two.
Two? And
White and chocolate.
Yeah,
That's
just
it.
alternate. Our races we run out, but we always, one will always run out before the other. Are you doing just, how many people are you expecting?
200
So how many slices of cake are you doing?
to 11
Okay.
is what it will come to. It's 5 layers. 200 is what's on our guest list.
Okay.
So how many people come, we don't know, but that's the guest list.
Between 150 and 200, so we'll have
Yeah.
plenty of cake.
You'll have plenty. of
Yeah,
cake. Yes,
for
it's
sure.
Probably everybody would have a choice.
So while we're on this subject, you guys will, Airmark will serve it for us and cut it for us.
Mhm.
Yeah. And in terms of leftover cake, what if we wanted guests to take some of that cake home with them?
We don't have to-go boxes. You would have to bring in some as a favor box.
Sure.
But there's a reason why they can't take it out.
Yep.
And we won't, we're kind of slow taking the cake or cutting the cake. We're going to make sure that, everybody's seated, has cake, and we'll stop cutting. So you will have, with any luck, you'll have a big slice of cake not cut.
Uh-huh.
And not individual slices to deal with.
No, we don't, because everybody wants to take the remainder of the wedding cake home.
Mhm.
So we try not to cut it, only cut what is actually needed.
But we would want to bring a box for that part, you're saying?
For, to take the rest home,
Mhm.
Sometimes your cake vendor.
I was gonna say, I think she
Should-
will
yeah.
have a box.
Okay,
You
but just
talk-
make sure that
ask
we
her-
bring one.
Ask her about a box.
Okay.
Yeah, typically
Oh.
they'll bring a box with them. And I was just referring to if anybody wanted individual, like, vapor boxes.
Okay.
Then you'd have to bring. But we'll wrap it up with cellophane and then put it in a box. If you have it, if not, then we'll just cellophane it and
But if we had, let's say we had a lot of cake left over and we brought some favor boxes for people to take extra slices home, would Aramark slice those for us, for our guests?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to take anything home, we'll slice it up.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, I mean, I want cake to take with me.
Do you?
Other than just the top, of course, but, you know, how much is enough
Right.
at that point? Because we only have so much room in our fridges.
I know,
Yeah.
but wedding cake is the best.
Yeah,
Once you start, you just don't stop.
Yeah,
Especially
but
this
you can,
wedding cake.
You can
It's
eat too
really
much
good.
of it.
Oh, I don't know.
No, you can. My youngest daughter got married in August, and you can.
Okay, speaking from experience.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Man, I had a lot of wedding cake.
Where's the wedding cake coming from?
Raspberry Rose, you know her?
I don't.
I don't know if she's ever been to the Little Theater.
I'll bet she has.
She didn't act like she had.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she didn't know where it was, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's great.
Where's she from?
She's clear out past Greenwood on the east side of town, east side of Lee Summit.
Wow, okay.
she's been around for
Smart
years,
road.
though.
Yeah.
She's just an individual in
She
her
won,
basement.
best of the night last year
Yeah.
in 2010 as well.
Kidding.
She's super.
Them down the burger.
Well, you will.
Right.
Just try a piece of her cake.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Try a piece when you, at the wedding, absolutely.
Everybody's always asking for referrals. You know, and there's some cakes, and I try to taste every cake that comes in because some of them look great, and they just, no. You know, you steer clear of this.
Yeah, you have to have a good balance. If you can bake but your cake looks bad,
Mm-hmm.
or if it looks great and it tastes
Yeah,
bad.
and you know, in the frosting, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what they did to the frosting, but it looks so great. You know it when you can't smell the vanilla in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely, and I'm typically the one that does the cake cutting. So I've, you know, once the cake has been cut, we move it to the back, or we just leave it out there and cut it.
There's cake structures that's involved too. Do you
Mhm.
take care of those? She provide a bag that you put all the.
And as long as I know up front,
Okay.
yeah, I love
She
it when they
should-
tell me exactly what they.
She has printed out instructions that she'll
Yes, and
send.
that's the
And a
best.
bag and yeah.
Yeah.
So, and she'll leave it right with the cake, I think, when she sets it up.
Mhm.
But
And then I usually just pick it up, take it to the back, and then anything that, once I leave, and that's usually when the dancing starts, anything that I've got goes back on the gift table.
okay.
So if you are ever missing anything or you can't find it and you think it's in the room, you know, it'll be on your guest. If I've touched it or if any of our staff members have touched it, that's our common hide and go seek. If you can't find
Uh-huh.
it, look at the guest or the gift table.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, my other daughter got married in August, but we did a buffet type dinner.
Mhm.
So the leftovers were boxed up for us
Mhm.
to take home. I don't know, how does that work with a sit-down dinner?
We are not allowed by corporate policy to let any food leave the premises.
Okay. That's
Just
what we
for
thought.
liability.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and hopefully we shouldn't be too far off the mark anyway.
Right.
If people are
So
RSVPing.
you'll do a
No.
final head count like a week or two.
Oh, I did want to double check and see how far in advance you need the menu numbers.
I needed that Tuesday before the wedding.
That week of? Oh.
So that's why
Okay.
you shouldn't really have
Much left over,
much
if any.
left.
Right.
We'll have a certain, we always, earmark another policy, we will provide a certain overage.
Uh-huh.
And that's in case we spill anything, the servers drop something, or unexpected. guests
Extra
showed
people
up.
show up.
You know, it happens, but there will be a little bit of a 5% overage.
Okay.
What were you
But-
going to ask about that?
If I could eat all that? No. I don't know what. About taking it home was all.
No, you started to ask something about the menu numbers, but maybe that's all you
Well,
wanted
that's
to
all
know.
I wanted to know. Is when she needed the final count.
And we talked about this on the phone, putting it on the invitations and having people RSVP with their menu choice
Uh-huh,
so that then we
absolutely,
can get it
yeah.
to them.
And then once the guarantee is provided on that Tuesday, then I will finalize the event order with the numbers, and then you'll get a copy of the sales summary showing the remaining balance.
Do we just pay that on the day of the wedding?
Wednesday, the following day then. So Tuesday you provide the guarantee, and then Wednesday you provide the payment.
Can I do that over the phone?
Pay
Okay.
somehow, yeah. So I was getting, because you're in Columbia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can give like a credit card number or something over the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. All my other questions you answered. These,
The photos?
okay, so you have these available for us to use, and then the actual candles.
Yes, that is the candle holder and the votive size.
If I bring my own of these, can I still use these candles? How many of these do you have?
Which ones?
The candle.
We have
Tons.
lots and lots and lots
And you provide the linen as well?
Oh yeah, that's what we need to talk about. I'm glad you said that.
So it has the colors that you want?
This is the ivory.
This is the ivory.
So we'd probably do this color because this is white, right? The napkin color would be the color of the white linen. So we probably don't want white linen. This is linens that's included.
The ivories are included.
Well, the knee length, this length, right?
Everything is neat, like, yeah, it's a 90 by 90.
So the chairs would, she said, probably need to be covered. They're not nice enough chairs to not be covered.
Okay.
And you don't need a floor length if the chairs are covered because it kind of covers up everything underneath. Plus, this is easier for guests to deal with anyway.
Right.
If
Okay.
it's not floor length.
Right.
So then the chair covers would be ivory as well, right, Linda?
It's just whatever you contract. The chair covers, because we don't do anything with the chair covers.
Oh, that's right. I'd have to
Did
do
you
that
get
from
that?
someone else.
Yeah, did you get, here's a local vendor, and
I think you did send me this, but I do not remember what I found.
Maybe.
Yeah, you sent me this.
she is very reasonable, and she does a great job. She's over here, like,
Close by.
yeah, 80, 90% of the time.
I might, if it's not too much trouble, can I see one of the chairs? What the chairs look like?
Yeah, I think we may have one down in the office. You'll see them in the pictures, too.
Okay. Not covered? Not even
Yeah.
close to, like I shouldn't even entertain the thought of them not being covered?
Do not entertain that thought.
I could tell by the way you were smiling.
Oh, yeah, they're from the 70s, you know, that really nice burgundy color. And
So they have color as
That
well.
sounds okay.
Well, you
With the
will
little
think it
gold
sounds okay
dots.
when you see what the chair covers are.
And I do
So you can live with anything.
I do have a chair cover from her downstairs that she left over, so you can,
Okay, that would be great.
yeah, you don't want to look at it. I think of the burgundy chairs along with the avocado green refrigerator and the harvest gold stove.
Okay, so if you're going to do this color on the tablecloth,
Yes.
then what about the napkins? Are those going to be the same color?
Yes. Right?
Whatever
Aren't
you
they
wanna do.
typically? I mean, what colors do we have to choose from? Ivory, white, and what? That's it?
Black.
Then yes, they would be ivory too, don't you think?
Well, we do have some swatches downstairs. You can take a look at what our vendor provides. Some of them they provide at no additional expense. So if it's the same price as our standards, then you know we'll order them for you. What color?
Let's look at those.
Yeah, what color?
That's a good idea.
are you-
Plum? Dark purple?
Yeah, because that's such a strange color. You know, everybody has different. So you can take a look at what we've got
Okay.
and
Did
see
you bring
if
your
that color is in
sample?
the same.
I have my ribbon. I don't have my official swatch yet in the mail, but I have a general color.
Swats from the dresses? Oh, okay.
You'll probably be able to see if it's similar.
Okay. Otherwise, if we don't do that, then yeah, these would match.
It'd just be- yeah.
I'm just thinking you're going to want some color on the table.
Flowers, if
Flowers.
you have any.
Mm.
What color were the flowers on the table going to be?
Purple.
And they were going to be something tall, right?
Or varying, yeah. Because the little theater has such a tall ceiling that
Mhm.
if they're all small like this,
Mhm.
everything's going to be really low.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely want at least some that are tall.
Absolutely.
Are we able to do other table decorations? Like, let's say that we wanted to do, and I know that you're going to cringe at this, like some kind of doily this size that's gold. Are we allowed to lay that out, that kind of thing? Okay.
No doilies.
I know doily sounds really ugly, but it would.
It is.
It's not.
It's really not a doily, that's the only
Right.
word you could come up with.
Yeah. Like a place setting
I mean, we have this.
at 50 cents a piece.
It's $100. Or
Every other person can have one.
And they're just really going to be on the table for a few minutes.
Yeah,
too,
exactly. Right. Versus a doily could get the food on it, it doesn't matter.
And you could stay there the whole night.
Yeah, exactly.
I would dress up the table too.
I'll think of a better word and ask you later.
I like these better. Anything's better than a doily.
What?
Anything's better than a doily.
That's a discussion for later.
Yes.
Sure.
In private.
Minor detail.
Yeah.
Okay, so we like that one napkin that was over there, right? You don't like any of these fancies.
That one was off the, it was off the.
Yes,
wardrobe.
I think we like that.
Mhm.
You old people like the fancy stuff, but I think this
No,
will look fine.
I
at
like that
each
one right
place.
there. Yeah, that one.
The
just-
bird of paradise.
Do you like it better when it's like this? I'm just gonna kind of get the
No.
idea of how it'll look.
No, I don't.
what about, do you like
No,
that
I
one
don't.
better? Go ahead.
Oh, it's gone.
No, do you like that one better? Like that?
I think it will be fine. It's definitely not as high up as what you were saying, but it's gonna be fine.
It just sort of dangles off the table like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like it just got laid there carelessly.
that's right. It's
thought
like
you
somebody
were
just got
fine.
hurrying through
I
on
like
the
the
table.
simplicity of it.
Okay, well then how would you like it otherwise?
I don't know.
You don't like how it hangs off?
Yeah. Maybe if it was just folded there. And there you go.
Like that?
Not exactly like that.
Not exactly like that?
Like this.
I don't know.
That didn't look any better.
What do you think,
Well, they kind
Susan?
of have to know.
I liked that bird of paradise.
I did
I know, she did too.
Ripped it apart, right?
I can't, he's a poor bird.
Sorry,
Do you
bird.
have another flat fold? You do it.
Did you fold all these? Did you
Not
do all
of
these?
them, But,
Did you do Bird of Paradise?
no, I did not, so
Oh.
you didn't hurt my feelings.
And we cannot also
It's
recreate
not
it.
too many-
I can do the bird of paradise.
Can?
That is my little puppy.
Do you like Bird of Paradise at all? You don't. You want to see another one? No?
I don't need to see it again. I like it.
I learned how to do hearts back a while ago. I don't know how the heck goes. That's back for about a time.
That's it. That's the fold right there.
You want it up like that or
So
down?
simple.
See,
Yeah,
I
like that.
like that. I could live with that.
Something nice and simple, not
Mhm.
too. I wouldn't lay it down.
No, I
but-
wouldn't
No.
Stand it up.
And I was gonna say, and do you want to alternate them?
Yeah, you can do up and down. It's a team of us that's gonna fold.
Yeah.
You don't have to do them all yourself, huh?
No, I like them all like that.
I do too.
All like that?
You're outruled. You're overruled.
I didn't vote against it.
You didn't even notice I called you Susan, did you?
Yes, I did. But I just thought, you know what?
I did.
I haven't been a Susan yet today. You know, at late at the bar, I'm always a Jane, so
Is
you
that
know,
right?
I'm not used to being somebody other than who I really am.
So you like that?
Yep.
Would you live with that?
Yeah, for sure. I like it. Until I think we see. When we talked about, you told me that good idea about how the couple was up on the balcony and got announced up there. How does the lighting work for that? Did they have a special
No,
lighter?
they didn't. And the thing with the little theater is the lighting has to be pre-arranged, so you almost want to make an appointment with Steve to go through your light set.
Oh.
Because it's an old building,
Mhm.
so the controls are in a central location, controlled by the engineering staff.
Is that somebody that's just there?
So if you're doing like the first dance at 8 o'clock, okay, then the light set goes to the dance set.
I'm glad I asked you that because I had no idea we needed to do this. But he's
They're pretty simple light sets.
okay. But he's already there. That's not something extra that we need to arrange. The lighting person's there.
But they need to do it ahead of
No.
time.
Yeah, do it ahead of time. But he's
Then yes. And then
Okay.
if something happens and you're late, we've got, there's always going to be a coordinator with the city, whether it's Steve or one of the other coordinators. They will be there around, so all we have to do is, like Dennis, the dance light set is going early, it's going late. So.
oh, I see.
It
Okay,
won't
we're not
be
on
immediately.
schedule.
Yeah, it won't be immediately, but it'll be within a minute or two.
Okay.
So it's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah, we're gonna need somebody that will oversee these things.
Yeah, and that's why I feel good about a lot of this, is that there's going to be a lot of help there.
No, I understand, like, there'll be people readily available
Uh-huh.
to tell that to,
That's what I'm saying.
but I'm just saying we need one person,
Steve.
no,
Oh.
on our team,
Our liaison.
yes, that will be able to go to these people and
Mhm.
say, we need this, we need that.
You probably won't be available that night.
Well, not me.
It's unfortunate.
Uh,
You're pretty efficient.
Right, so we'll have to decide who that will be later, but, do you ever have people do, like, valet parking
Oh, good question.
for, like, the front entrance?
You could, but then it's something that you're going to be arranging
Mhm.
with another vendor.
Yep, okay.
I think Linda sent me companies that do valet too, so. I
And that can get
somebody-
pricey though. We checked into it for Pamela's.
It's,
Oops, sorry.
I was just thinking, especially at this location, it would be for our older guests, but we can look at that.
And they won't be driving anyway.
Some of those older guests are going to be riding the bus from.
Yeah.
Riding the bus.
If you decide to go that way, you might talk to Daniel.
Yeah. But the front doors would be the main entrance,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
where the marquee is.
that's to you.
That's what I
can
would.
we use
that's what
the
I would
ticket
prefer.
booth?
You're the second, I've done this 3 years and nobody has asked about that except for you and one other person. I had an appointment 2 weeks ago.
We were there once, and somebody just met us there to let us in, and we got into the ticket booth ourselves.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
I
We
have a
didn't do
picture of it.
anything.
I have a picture.
Yeah, we did.
I was going to say, yeah, you did, Dave. Did you forget? What are you talking about?
Well, we're roughly using a movie and theater theme.
That's what they did too. They're
Yeah.
doing a vintage 50s Hollywood.
That's
So
what we're
Very similar to what we're doing. So we thought that the escort cards could be at the ticket booth.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Are you sure it wasn't me?
No.
Weird.
Unless you live in California.
I don't. Do you guys have stanchions?
No, the city does. Are you talking about the rope and stanchions, like for
Mhm.
the red carpet?
Mhm.
The city has some, I don't know, that would be a Steve question.
Okay. A stand, like a pole with those ropes on it.
Oh, what do you
Those
do with
velvet
those?
ropes.
We're gonna have a red carpet to the ticket booth, and that's where you pick up your escort card.
Oh, you guys are getting so clever.
I know. Okay,
And
so
expensive.
and you guys kind of what? An escort card? It tells you where to sit.
Oh.
A ticket booth is where you pick up tickets for the show.
That'll be our main entrance, though. Like that's what
Okay, so
our guests will
33.
come in.
Yes, under the marquee.
Yeah, under the marquee. And the marquee will have our names on it.
But if they park
Who
in the-
arranges that? Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If they park in the underground and they come in through the, like we came in.
Yeah.
How do you come in? You go outside and then come back in? Is that what you're thinking? You park where we
didn't
did.
think of that. Yeah, they probably would have to.
I mean, you could probably force them outside and come back in the front entrance.
Yeah, we can do that.
You know, you could use like what are those ropes called?
Stanchions.
Stanchions. You could stanchion that entrance off and direct them outside to come in that front entrance.
Yeah, but that's a huge area.
Because most of your guests are going to park where we did.
No, we're not gonna have that
We'll
many
figure that
parking
out.
people.
Well, and the
Yeah.
city would have easels, so if you want, they would put a sign directing people entrance to the wedding. And they wouldn't, the doors wouldn't be completely, well, they wouldn't be locked, but they'd be closed.
Mhm.
And it will shoot people.
We could even put on the
On the doors.
invitations or something, or enclose the invitations, like where to enter,
Uh-huh.
along with directions.
Uh-huh.
We'll figure that out.
You can even stand somebody out there and say, the best experience will be to go on that.
I think that the rest of my questions will come when we look at the pictures.
Okay. Are you ready to take a look?
I think so. She has pictures of